10 years of quiet devotion, weathering a crisis that would break most relationships.
A statement gift of $300 million won to charity, made on the day they vowed forever.
And one intimate, high-security ceremony at the Shilla Hotel in Seoul that officially closed the chapter on K-drama's greatest off-screen romance.
For a decade, actors Shin and Kim Woo-bin have been the standard. Not because of red carpet flash, but because of, well, profound commitment.
Now, they're starting their new life together, marked not by extravagance, but by extraordinary, deliberate generosity.
Welcome to StarScope Report.
Join me, Jordan, and Jamie as we uncover Hollywood drama, music industry shakeups, and viral influencer scandals. From red carpet surprises to social media controversies, we dive deep into the stories behind the fame.
Today, we're diving into the source material you shared with us, and it's all centered on the long-awaited marriage of South Korean superstars Shin and Kim Woo-bin.
We're going to unpack everything. The dramatic relationship tested by illness, the intimate ceremony details, and that huge philanthropic statement that has just set a new benchmark for celebrity influence.
Our mission today is to really understand how this union became more than just entertainment gossip. It became this global narrative of resilience and sincerity. Let's get into it.
Okay, so the central question that everyone was asking for a decade wasn't if they were dating, we knew that. Yeah. It was, will they or won't they marry?
Exactly. It was all about longevity. And this is a story defined by patience. It starts way back in 2014.
On a set, right?
On the set of a clothing commercial. They met while modeling together, had instant chemistry, and by 2015, they confirmed their relationship publicly.
But from that moment, they did something kind of unusual, especially for Hallyu stars.
They went private. Really private. They chose to be seen working, not, dating out in the open.
And that strategy of privacy became so crucial because it gave them the space they needed when their relationship faced its ultimate test.
That test arrived in May 2017. Kim Woo-bin was diagnosed with nasopharyngeal cancer.
It was devastating news. I mean, it forced him to suspend his entire career for 2.5 years.
A brutal blow for an actor right at the height of his career. And this is where Shin Min's commitment became, well, it became the stuff of legend.
While he went into treatment, she became his unwavering private support system.
Right. And the sources all emphasize her steadfast presence. She never left his side, but, and this is key, she never used his illness for media exposure either.
It completely transformed their private life into this public narrative of just enduring commitment.
It's so easy for celebrity couples to gain sympathy when a crisis hits, but what's fascinating here is their decision to maintain absolute silence.
No updates, no comeback stories being fed to the media.
Nothing. This choice of silent solidarity, as some sources called it, earned them immense public respect. If you're loving these celebrity deep dives, make sure you're subscribed, because later we'll dive into the shocking A-list guest list that defied the strict privacy rules.
After 10 years of that quiet dedication, the wedding itself was never going to be some huge spectacle for the cameras. But the details that did come out are pure K-drama.
The day finally arrived, December 20, 2025. And this was absolutely not a PR event.
No, this was a highly private, closed-door ceremony at the Shilla Seoul Hotel.
And not just any part of the Shilla. We're talking Dynasty Hall, which is reserved for the highest level of events, like state functions.
So that immediately signals importance and maximum security.
Oh, the security was intense. We heard repeated reports of a strict no-phone policy for guests.
Wow. For real.
A deliberate effort to make sure the day remained truly private for them and their loved ones.
And despite that extreme privacy, the guest list it was a testament to their connection.
It really was. This wasn't just a few co-stars. The people who got invitations included global icons like BTS V.
Which is huge. That represents the reach of K-pop right there.
And then you had film and drama giants, Zo In-sung, Nam Jo-hyuk, Kim Tae-ri, Gong Hyo-jin. The top tier showed up for them.
And the roles within this ceremony were just as personal.
So personal.
Wow.
The master of ceremonies was Lee Kwang-soo, who is a lifelong friend of Kim Woo-bin.
So they prioritized history over, industry hierarchy.
Absolutely. But here's where the story of their resilience really comes full circle.
The efficient.
It was Ven, Byeopprian, a very prominent Buddhist monk.
And this wasn't a casual choice.
Not at all. Ven. Byeopprian was Kim Woo-bin's spiritual advisor all through his cancer recovery.
Oh, wow.
Having him lead the ceremony, it was this open acknowledgement that their union was built on the battle they won together.
That's incredibly moving.
I also love the smaller details. The congratulatory song was Romantic Sunday, performed by Car the Garden.
Which is famously from Shin Minna's huge hit drama, Hometown Cha-Cha-Cha.
A beautiful, subtle nod to her career.
And the photos they released,
Hmm.
just stunning. She was in an Elie Saab gown. He was in a Ralph Lauren tuxedo. The whole snowy day felt so cinematic.
And you know, the smallest leaks often tell the biggest stories. The wedding invitation.
Yeah,
It was hand-drawn.
I saw that. It said, Art by Shin Minna, writing by Kim Woo-bin.
It just shows how personally involved they were in every single detail.
Okay, wait, you mentioned some emotional tension around the music. Can we talk about EXO's D.O. for a second?
Yes. This speaks volumes about the loyalty they inspire. Do Kyung-soo, EXO's Dio, was supposed to sing.
But he had a conflict with the Melon Music Awards, right?
A huge conflict. He had to choose. And what he did was, well, it was kind of a Herculean effort.
What happened?
After walking the red carpet at the awards show, he rushed to the Shilla, attended the wedding for just 5 minutes to congratulate them, and then sped back to the awards venue.
That is dedication.
It proves this wasn't just some industry invite. These are real, deep friendships.
But for all the A-listers in the romance, the most impactful story wasn't the hotel or the dress. It was the joint act of giving that became the headline.
This is where they moved away from just an ostentatious display of wealth and toward what you could call ethical influence.
They completely reset the standard for celebrity altruism and solidified that angel couple image.
To mark the start of their life together, they donated a total of 300 million won.
Which is about 220,000 US dollars, and it was announced right alongside the wedding itself.
And what's so important here is that this wasn't random. The recipients reflect their long-term philanthropic causes. This isn't a PR splash.
That consistency is crucial. A big part went to the Hallyu Burn Foundation,
Which Shin Minna has supported since 2015. And this is really specific giving. Burn victims often face huge medical bills because necessary procedures get classified as cosmetic.
so she's addressing a systemic, often overlooked issue.
Precisely, and Kim Woo-bin's focus was just as clear. A donation to the Esan Medical Center, supporting children with cancer.
A choice that's so obviously influenced by his own health journey.
It's turning his personal struggle into tangible support for others.
Mm.
And when you look at the big numbers, this is just the latest installment.
Right. Shin Minna has donated over 4 billion won since 2009, and Kim Woo-bin over 1.1 billion since 2014.
Together, their lifetime giving is over 5.1 billion won. A staggering amount.
That puts them in a whole different league. It's an institutional commitment.
It really is. Okay, but they are still huge brand ambassadors. They're commercial forces. So how did they handle the wedding favors without it looking promotional?
This is where their brand synergy was just brilliant. They didn't ignore their partnerships, they leveraged them.
Guests received these luxurious gifts from Lancôme, since she's a global ambassador, and from Aqua de Parma.
And normally that could be criticized as just overt advertising.
But by balancing those lavish gifts with the massive 300 million won joint donation, they totally changed the perception.
The commercial part suddenly felt generous, not transactional.
They made a business partnership feel personal and sincere. It's a rare feat.
What stands out to you about this story? For us, it's proof that a decade of privacy, patience, and purpose really does pay off.
Their story is all about stability and sincerity. It's a counterpoint to the, volatile world of global celebrity relationships.
So what does this all mean for their future and for the industry?
Well, after 10 years of dating, a private ceremony, and this incredible gift, they've basically redefined the celebrity partnership model.
And their professional lives are not slowing down, which is a huge relief for fans.
Their agency, AM Entertainment, was very clear. The marriage is not a hiatus. They both have major projects lined up for 2026.
Shin Minna has that Disney Plus series, The Remarried Empress.
A huge high-profile role. And Kim Woo-bin is starring in the TVN drama Gift. They're continuing to focus on their own career paths.
Their agency's narrative is powerful. This marriage is a progression built on deep trust.
And they institutionalize their role as ethical leaders by tying their biggest personal milestone to a public act of social responsibility.
This couple has essentially set a new cost of entry for celebrity status in Korea. Influence isn't just follower counts anymore. It's about the tangible good you contribute.
And the public has rewarded that patience and generosity with this deep, enduring affection.
Considering their combined charity is already over 5.1 billion won, the provocative thought is this. By leveraging their new married status for more joint philanthropy, how much higher can they push the boundary for celebrity giving?
And maybe more importantly, how long will it take for other A-list couples around the world to realize that their social capital must now be tied to ethical influence?
You've been listening to StarScope Report, where we uncover the stories shaping Hollywood, music, and pop culture.
Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories that keep the stars shining.